Show me a grandpa what you see. That's got my kind of level of a dream. I've been stepping for 1,000 years at least. No more, I invented you. Have you ever seen a fine face with you do my kind things every night on Fridays?
Just need to make, let's say we want to start our sketch on the front plane. We have to make our front plane normal. So to make the front plane normal, just right click on the front plane. Then click on the normal to make it normal. So right now our front plane is normal now. So we can start by making our sketch. So we start from the center. We position our mouse button, draw our circle. Just draw in each side. Then come to smart dimension. First, let's check the unit in mmgs. So we then give dimension. We are working in mmgs, so the unit is by default. The units is already set to mmgs. So we then go to smart dimension. Click on smart dimension. The dimension of the bigger circle, is 56. So we type 56 on our keyboard. Press enter. The next thing is to draw our rectangle at the bottom here. So how do you do that? When you look on the question, the distance between the center of the bigger circle and the end point of the rectangle is 90. So we first have to set that distance. So this is what I will do. I'll use the center line to mark the point from here to here, and it should be horizontal. I've not given dimension yet, so now I can use the midpoint line to here, and it should be horizontal. Then I can now give the dimension between the center of the circle and the end point of the rectangle by using the smart dimension. So I'll click on smart dimension, click on the center of the circle, and click on the end point. Double click, then type in 90, then press enter. Okay, now let's position it at the middle. So now we have to give the dimension of the side of the rectangle. So this side from the question is 8 plus 32 plus 8, which will give us 48. So we type 48 on our keyboard and press enter. So the next thing we have to do is to join the side of the rectangles to the circles so that we can have the base shape of our solid figure. So we do that by using the line tool. So you click at the end point of the line and move it to any point on the edge of the circle, and make sure your line is horizontal. So two things, you watch out for two relations here. One, your line is horizontal. Two, your line is on the edge of the circle. So I click on this point, move the mouse here. I'll look out for the horizontal same relation, and also it should coincide with the circle. So this one is horizontal at the same time, it coincide with the circle. So I'll just click, press the escape key, do the same thing for the other side using the line tool. So I click on the line tool, bring my mouse pointer here, click, look out for both horizontal relation and coincide relation. So this only coincide, this tangent, but I'm looking for horizontal and what, a line that will coincide, that will be on the edge and at the same time be vertical. Sorry, I'm using horizontal, be vertical line. So vertical, you can see the two relations here. The ones in yellow is on the edge first, second one is on vertical. Click on that. So I've joined my shape. Now I want to make this whole thing one shape, so I have to delete all the inside sketch so that I can join the sketches together. So I do that. Let me press the escape key by using the trim key, the trim entities to trim the inside. So I'll click, I'm using power trim, we've talked about that already. I'll click on the power trim and move my mouse pointer around. Any line that this mouse pointer meets is going to delete that line. So I do that by, so now I have one sketch. I've joined the sketches together to form one sketch. So the next thing I can do here is to extrude it. When you look at the extrusion, the circular part went up by 55 and the rectangular part was extruded by 24. So we can extrude all of them by 24, and later we add part to the circular part in order to make it up to 55. So I'll use because my sketch is enclosed and it's highlighted, that means it's ready for a 3D modeling. So I can go for features, click on features, then look for extrude base, click on extrude base, then I enter my dimension, which is for 24. So I type in 24 on the keyboard, press enter. So this is 24. I'm done with the first part. Now the second part, is I want to extrude the circular part. It should be up to 55. If I've done 24 and it's supposed to be the total height is supposed to be 55, then what height should I add to the circular part to make it 55? So that's going to be 55 minus 24, which will be 31. So before I can do that, I have to define the circular part again. So click on it, make it normal, then use a sketch. So I click on circle, look for the center. It should be on the edge, or I can just draw in here and give that dimension again. Then use smart dimension to give the dimension. You already know the dimension is 56, so I type in 56 on the keyboard, press enter. Now I can extrude this part again. I can extrude it by 31. So 55 minus 24, that's going to be 31. So go to features, then click on extrude base, then I type in my dimension, which is what, 31. Press enter, then I check it. So I have my shape now. Now the next thing, you can see there is a hole inside the circle, so I have to make the hole. To make that hole, click on the top side, make it normal, then draw the sketch of the hole before you be able to extrude. So let me draw the sketch of my hole. So now what is the dimension of the inside hole? That's 32. So I'll use my smart dimension to give the dimension, then I put in my dimension, which is what, 32. Press enter. Then the next thing is, there you can see when you look at it very well, there is a rectangular curtain here. So I can join it, or I can extrude cut this one before come and do that one to then extrude cut. But let me see whether I can do it together. So let me extrude cut first. So I'll go to features, go to extrude cut, then I have to make it. If I make it through all, it's going to make the hole through the first extrusion. But if I make it through all both, it's going to make the extrusion through all the two extrusion, because we're having two extrusions there. So let me use this one. You see the circle has already appeared here. Check it. Now the hole has been cut through. So now the next one is our rectangular curtain at the top here. How do you do that? We click on this face again, make it normal, let it come down small. Okay, now look for the sketch. Let me use center line to or midpoint line. Then I draw my midpoint line here. What is the dimension of the rectangular part? So I give my dimension. Look from the question, it was 6. So I give my dimension to be 6. I put in 6 on the keyboard. 6. Enter. Then the next thing, I just extend the lines, vertical lines. Nice one. So I can cut through. Let me use the extrude cut feature. Through or both, check it. Now I've made my hole now. So everything is perfect now. But we are not done. You can see there is a curtain at this side, and that's like a semi-circle curtain. So at this face. Not done. The next thing we have to do is to make our cut at this side. So before I'll be able to make my cut or my hole at this side, I have to first make this side to face me. That's by making it normal. So I right click on this face. Then when you right click and you are not seeing the normal tool here, you can just come back here and see which type of face is that. That will be top, that will be top face. So make it normal. That's not top, so I can click on right tool and see it's not right. I can click on front. That's also not front. Right, top, this top, click on it again. You can see it's not facing you, because when I click on the surface, I'm not seeing the normal. That's why I have to do it that way. So I click on the face now, then I'll go to circle, then I'll look for the center, because the semicircle was exactly at the center. So look for the center. When you hover your pointer around the edges, you are going to see the center right at the top marked yellow. So this is my center. Then I'll start my circle from there. Just draw any circle, then later come and give the dimension. So what is the dimension of the diameter of the semicircle? The diameter of the semicircle was, from the question, is 32. So I'll input 32 here, 32, then press enter. Now the next thing is the sketch that I want to use for the extrusion. Always make sure it is closed. So I'll close my sketch at this point. then I'll close it here. Now I've closed my sketch. This part of the circle is not part, so I have to delete it. Since this is a sketch, I can use trim entities. If it were to be a solid shape, that means I have to use cut. But since it's a sketch, I have to use trim entities, so I'll just trim this part. It's gone now. The next thing I have to do is to what? Make my extrusion under features. So click on features, go to extrude cut. This place is already highlighted. That means this is the part I want to cut. If it is not highlighted, I can just highlight it by clicking on the face. So this extrusion went inside by how much? 40. So I'll just type in 40 over there because that's what we have in the question. Press enter, then check it. Okay, so now we have our solid shape. Now you can see.
I invented you. Have you ever seen a fine face with you do my kind things every night on Fridays? You know my Yarugo no send age in the last 9 days doing many